I want to introduce this speaker, Dr. Hiong-chhin. He is now the professor of National Cheng-Kung University. He was graduate from National Taiwan University and got master degree in National Zhengzhi University and got Ministry of Education, 教育部 government scholarship in 1986 and went to UK, Cambridge University to get law degree or PhD degree. And now he is teaching in Institute of Law of Cheng-Kung University, such as intellectual property rights, international trade laws, financial act, company law, and some special project research of UK and the US international trade law, etc. And today he will introduce us a special topic about ECFA. Of course, ECFA is economic cooperation framework agreement, but he says it might be economic crisis Formosa faces, and maybe emerging crisis Formosa in Affronting. Okay, let's have a big hand. Welcome, Dr. Xu.
Thank Dr. Zhang's introductions, and thank President Zhang for inviting me to have this talk to you. It's a pleasure. I know in Taichung areas, this is the only one English-speaking club. I really feel quite heavy stress, because even though I studied in Cambridge, to speak in English in Taiwan is not very easy. Today my topic is ECFA, and we all know that what ECFA represents. It is Economic Cooperation Framework Agreement. Why our government would like to sign this agreement with China? There are three reasons from our government. The first reason is because ASEAN country will sign FTA, establish FTA relations with China. This agreement has already come into effect this year. So if Taiwan would like to not to be marginalized by these international trade systems, then we have to sign ECFA with China. Then if we can sign ECFA with China, according to Ma administrations, we can normalize the trade relations with China, and we can also become to have FTA relations with the United States and Japan. But according to my expertise, I cannot agree with President Ma, because all three of these arguments cannot be supported by my understandings of law and history facts. So today I will use about 30 minutes time to introduce to you, according to our historical facts, what our ancestor has already done during these past 400 years. And I will also introduce what our country is facing in these international societies, international legal environments, international economic environment, and the international economic environment. And if we sign ECFA with China in the future, what will become the situation of Taiwan? So my speech will focus on this stage. First of all, I would like to introduce to you, during the past 400 years, Taiwan has an economic and a trade history. These trade histories show that Taiwan's economic development is a period of prosperity followed by a period of stagnation. So for example, we all know we have a famous general, Chen Youhua. He is a general of Zheng Jin. Zheng Jin is the son of Gou Xingya. Zheng Jin has two generals. One is Hakka Jin, one is Hakka, the other is Hokkien. Hyung-Hwa is Hokkien, and Liu Guoxian is Hakka. These two generals support Zheng Jing and established a strong kingdom in Taiwan during 1622, from 1622 until 1632. So Zheng Jing has established a Dongning kingdom with the help of these two capable men, and Chen Yonghua began to have an international trade with Japan and Southeast Asia, and including England, because at the time Kangxi Emperor of China rejected to have an international trade with Taiwan. But Chen Yonghua relied on this kind of north-southbound trade to trade with Japan and Southeast Asia. And because the latitude of Japan and Taiwan and Southeast Asia is different, so the international trade at that time made so much money for the Dongning Kingdom. So Dongning Kingdom becomes so strong that Kangxi could not defeat Dongning Kingdom for 19 years. So during these 19 years, Dongning Kingdom was a strong enemy of China for 19 years. And after Zheng Jing and Chen Yonghua died, then there is a domestic dispute in Taiwan. So then at the time, Taiwan was invaded by China and swallowed by China. So we have to know this history. And after that, the international trade pattern between Taiwan and the world is east and westbound trade, because Taiwan was a part of Chinese Empire at the time. So the international trade is between Taiwan and China. But because the latitude between Taiwan and south part of China is the same, so our products, our agricultural products cannot be sold expensively in China. So we cannot make money from China. So our people's life at the time is so difficult. So if we know from the Taiwan history in terms of international trade, then we will know if we have an international trade with Japan and United States and Southeast Asia, this kind of southbound, northbound trade is good for Taiwan. If we do this kind of east and westbound trade, that is not good for Taiwan. So, for example, in 1960 to 1990s, these 30 years, we have a period called economic miracles. Economic miracle during 1990s and 1980s. These 30 years, we trade with Japan and the United States, so we become rich. But after 1989, because quite a lot of Taiwanese businessmen trade with China and invest in China, so now after that time, the Taiwan miracle, economic miracle, disappeared because we trade with China. And this kind of west and eastbound trade, because Chinese industry is competitive with Taiwanese, so we cannot make quite a lot of money from them. So this kind of trade pattern makes Taiwan become poorer and poorer. So from these evolutions of histories, we can know that to trade too heavily with China is not good for Taiwan's futures. Unfortunately, Ma administrations would like to sign ECFA. This ECFA is an interim agreement leading to FTA. So after 10 years, Taiwan has to establish a full-blown FTA agreement with China. And this kind of trade pattern will make Taiwan recover to the period of Qing dynasty. Because if we sign FTA with China, not to sign FTA with Japan and the United States, this will make we export more to China and import it more from China, and not to export to Japan, to United States, and not to import it from Japan to United States. So the trade pattern will become west and eastbound again, and this is not good for Taiwan's futures. Why? Because according to WTO rules, ECFA is an interim agreement leading to FTA. After 10 years, the trade between Taiwan and China will cover substantial order trade and services. Substantial order trade and services, 95% represent substantially. What substantially means? It means 95%. So 95% of trade and services must be free.